Hello, everyone, and welcome to CSR Main. Tonight we've got the grand finals of the Zelda 2 Randomizer Upstarts Tournament 2024. This is game one in a best of five between Oboe and ta909. I'm starting with me and Compsonitis Mirai. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Star. How are you?
Doing well. Looking forward to a great race here between our runners.
Yeah, let's talk about them for a moment here while they get situated and all comfy. We got Oboe, the top seed coming out of the 6 weeks of async, and TA909, the second seed coming out of those same 6 weeks of async. And so, as fate would have it, the first two seeds are meeting up with each other here in the grand finals.
Yep. Should be a pretty good match here. Both runners went 2-0 in semis, so should be interesting to see how they do here. Somebody's going to have to go home at the end of this, and the other will be the champion. But we'll see. It will not be decided tonight because this is a best of five, and this is just game one tonight. But this should be interesting.
Yeah, kicking things off here. Yeah, like you say, there's no real concern for being sent home tonight, but it always is nice to start off on a good foot. Oboe overall, I think if you were to put it to a vote, has been playing for longer and probably has a bit more experience here. TA has said the other night he feels like the underdog, but he's happy to be in that position because it puts less pressure on him. Maybe Oboe with feeling like he's got that top spot. There's a lot of spotlight on him. Anything can happen here. We're in the grand finals, and so people, nerves kick in. You start questioning yourself. You start cutting corners. You're double checking. You're triple checking. Whatever you're doing to kind of mess up your routing can affect you.
Absolutely. As okay, City Bit Racing with a rating with a party of one. Welcome in. You're just in time. We're about to start here. Gonna set our runners off, and then we'll be going. And let's see what they get. What the seed throws at us today.
Yeah, funny enough here, looking at their tournament standing here, which is just the races they've done in Upstarts. TA sitting at a race time .gg race room points for 25.55 and Oboe at 25.16. So evenly matched as the seeding would have it. Yeah, they'll be getting started here shortly. I don't really know what I want. I mean, the generic answer over the years has always been just a good race, right? I mean, I think we just want a good race. Nothing too trolly, nothing too simple.
Pretty much. Always want to see a good race here in finals, but we'll see as we're off.
Ooh.
Well, okay. We're in the northwest corner of an island's map, which connects immediately to the eastern side of, I think that's a volcanic east.
Yeah, looks like it. TA getting a short end of the stick there on the red iron knuckle. It's going to be worth only 70, though. Oboe not going to walk away with too much money there.
The Runia here, right near that bridge tile, with
Is that
shield,
shield?
in it.
Yeah, okay. Thought I saw that at the last second. So, three-head rock on Oboe's
Red
side.
rock as well.
Yeah, TA not seeing that, so he's going to come back. Oh, they're both coming back west. Okay. Wow, we might actually be forced east here because we've got a ferry drop
Well,
immediately
okay,
in the town.
we're not going anywhere on the west, apparently.
Now, this could be ferry in the neighboring town here.
Would be convenient.
If it is, it would also be convenient if it's castable at Magic 1 or at least Magic 2, as opposed to making them grind to some high mid. Oh, no, not today. Going east, boys. Well.
Nope, just spell here, so yeah, off to the east we're going.
Ooh, Oboe getting caught by somewhat of a tough encounter here. TA with the up and A. We'll see if Oboe does the same thing. I was going to go in. I was going to say, I thought there were MOAs in these encounters. That's why we saw Oboe up an A after taking a death here. This might be just absolute sudden death for our runners, unless they get just absolute lucky MOA flight pattern luck there. And I don't know if that's forest or swamp that is doing that to us. I didn't see where those encounters were at.
Not quite sure either.
TA mate,
Yeah,
just,
Oboe's seeing the Runia just north of the bridge.
yeah, I was gonna say TA mate just opt to do a little grinding
Actually,
here.
Yeah. Also, I thought this was a volcano biome at first, but no, this is a mountainous map. Yeah.
Oh, we're just going to commit to this pass through somewhere. We'll see how much this... Oh, we're just going to jump the red guy. See, it might be worth trying to kill him. Oh, no. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay, TA with the neutral jumps. And they're both in the same spot here. Yeah, so the graveyard has given us graveyard encounters, which is not good.
No, it's proving to be kind of a pain for our runners here.
Another... Oh, okay. We have a cave from the east to Maze.
Island here on the west side of the volcano. Right west of the crater, that is. Kind of tucked in an awkward little corner there. There's Old Kasuto by the Maze Island connector.
Yeah, and we have a cave off the maze to DM as well. Thunder in Old Kasuto.
Okay. Nice to know where that is.
I didn't see if that was castable, but it may or may not be. If it is, it will come in handy.
Thunder castable a magic 1 and 4 Mars would be unusual. Looks like we've got a very tall mountainous map, north-south, today.
Nice River Devil.
Magic jar for Oboe on the other side here in Maze Island, our first item pickup of the seed.
That's going to be a game over for TA there.
Bit unfortunate.
Yeah, the red Lizalfa giving us 150 experience there. We did have a chance to fight those in one of the caves. I wonder how much the oranges are giving as well. Yeah, TA is still opting not to fight those guys.
So I think it's not quite worth it at this point. And there's
I think TA is just gonna... I think all these 3 stacked caves, east-west, are all just pass-throughs that lead to exactly the same spot on each side. Guess we'll find it in a moment as TA is about to exit this.
Well, TA did just get the yes, get a reading.
Well, the maze
Yeah,
is the
chat
play.
discussing things. Yeah, no, we are forced to the west. We are forced to the east, except for now we aren't because there's boots for Oboe. But we are forced to the east very early and chained into Maze Island there. Because, well, the island's west where you could go absolutely nowhere without boots. Or ferry, but that's nowhere to be found just yet.
Yeah, boots kind of a big deal here. The longer TA does not get those boots, the longer that Oboe is just going to be exploring these things that need to be explored here.
Yep. Oboe making it all the way to, I think this is up near the northeast corner, though it's a little hard to be sure. We've got P1 up here.
Okay.
Oh, hey, that's a glove and right next to P1.
Oh, we got an item cave here for TA. Not going to be the boots and not going to be the glove. And he is headed back to start again to start this over on the east here.
Looks like it, yeah. Which might be helpful. Unfortunately, the boots are kind of buried in a remote corner of Maze Island today. It took sorry, not TA, Oboe a while to get there.
Yeah, I also missed what was in Raru here. But we're going in for it.
I think it was jump according to Oboe's personal tracker.
Alright, well, TA avoiding Maze Island still here. Yeah, we also see Saria right next to Oboe here, and then Mito we do know is south of start, so that's a down stab pickup for Oboe as well here.
Yep.
Risen P-Bag Cave for TA. Heart Container Cave for Oboe. Just the Heart and Heart Container Cave. We need to see what is in Risen here. Okay, well that's the medicine, and that's spell out of Mito, but we haven't seen New Kasuto yet, so is that not the spell?
Yeah,
I
New
think it's a spell.
Kasuto is probably buried in a. It is a spell, and New Kasuto is buried in a remote corner of the east continent, probably. Haven't seen it yet. Got a child there for Oboe, not sure what that leads to yet.
That's gonna be our shield spell.
Oh yeah, we did have that. And I wrote it down. Just can't apparently read my own notes. Oops. TA back here is back to the east.
Yeah, I do wish you would attempt to fight.
112, 4 hearts, 4 jars. Kind of a lousy set of equipment to do a lot of exploring with. Unfortunately, Maze Island is required. It's a pretty deep dig for the boots.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
do.
by the way.
I do wonder what he's going to be pushed back in there. If he finds the key or the fairy
He's
spell
gonna
or
run
something.
out of stuff eventually. That was heart container number 2 there for Oboe.
A desert tile sighting there.
Oboe going to go pick up downstab. That's a nice encounter skip for TA.
Well, there's Reflect. Still not progression, though. Magic Key and P5 hinted at there. Okay, so I don't remember what Oboe has seen over here on the west in terms of palaces. So even though we've got that 3-6 on the east, haven't seen another palace yet. Could mean that we have...
We found Q1 in the western, in the northeast corner of the west. I know, I'm not sure about any others either. Mito has the spell. Shield is into Runeon.
I think we have just this cave for Oboe and maybe Magic Container Cave, or do we see Magic Container Cave already? No, we're still missing it.
I think we're seeing a glove, 2 heart containers, a child, so we're maybe missing 2 items still. Nukasudo found for... Well, that's a raft for Oboe, and that's Nukasudo for TA. Fairy and Nukasudo, it looks like. And I missed it, but apparently he marked in his personal tracker that TA's marked that Reflect is in Naburu. I must have missed him picking up as well. Oops. Reflect is 100 there. Magic Jar for Oboe is our final item on the west, so that is all items found. Spell's castable though, because we're gonna go see the spell tower.
Yep, not gonna be the magic key, not gonna be... Well, I guess, okay, well, it's a trophy.
Trophy, which is going to lead to fire today by process of elimination. There's only number 2 runners, I think we know of all the other spells. Yeah, TA, I'm sorry. You really have to go back to Maze Island. I know the layout's kind of not great, but that's where your boots are at, and you are really locked out of the seat until that happens. But we're seeing that it is, in fact, fire in Rudo there.
Okay, finally picking up another level here. 15 minutes in.
Yeah, TA's not had a good... has not been able to get a lot of levels so far this seed. It looks like he's trying to do a bit of a level grind for a second here before he continues exploring.
Yeah, my guess is he wants to have a castable fairy to go through that fairy cave. So unfortunately, he's going to push down there. I don't know what is on the bottom side of that fairy cave, but if it's nothing, he'll be pushed back to the east, which is where he needs to go to get to Maze Island. And if it's something, then he's going to continue on down that path, which won't necessarily be the answer.
Yeah. Yes, Ron. The town street south of Start is Mito, which has the spell in it. He already got that.
Yeah, probably also wants downstab with the fairy, castable fairy here.
Yep. Saying no downstab, but Oboe over here trying to get upstab and not quite getting the jump to get in there real quick. Fairy 71 at Magic 3.
Yeah, I do wonder if he saw the maze and just is kind of blanking out at this point.
He might have, for all I know. But it is marked on his tracker that he saw it connected to the maze. Jack can't see it, but we can see our runner's personal trackers, and he does have that marked. I'm a little surprised he hasn't gone in there myself, but, well, here we are. There's some small keys in the drop pool, which is nice. Shield picked up for Oboe.
At least these red dyers are worth 150 experience.
Yeah, but he's getting fairly leveled up fairly quickly here, despite everything. It's just, unfortunately, he is doing this and not getting any exploration done. Oboe now doing his exploration of the east here. Now is in the sunken Peabag Cave.
Yeah, I think this was the, yeah, just the red jar here.
Yeah, 20-point P-bags really earned it there for TA.
The other thing to check at this point with the castable spell is always interested to see what the enemy... Oh, never mind. This is Upstarts flag set. There's nothing. They all would just turn into bots. So never mind. I was gonna say, sometimes you can cast spell.
Yeah, cast spell and gets thing with a better...
Yeah, just turn the enemies into something worth fighting.
Okay, now Fairy is castable. It's 42, but I do believe the other side of this goes to nowhere useful if memory serves. I think there's an island with a couple item caves on it.
Yeah, he's also leaving behind downstab there in Mito.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Is there a couple item is there's an item cave or two on here? There is a bridge off this as well. A little bit lost islands biomes, especially when you with boots versus without boots tend to destroy my already terrible sense of direction. And Thunder picked up for Oboe.
Well, TA might go get that child. I mean, might go get that shield spell.
He might, yeah. There's in the brewer with Reflect for Oboe.
Unfortunately, with this fairy cave opening up, this is just going to send TA down in this direction. I mean, I guess it's really not the end of the world. If he can reach palaces and do some palace stuff, then it could work out for him, you know. But without the boots, I have a feeling that part of this biome is inaccessible otherwise.
And he's going to lose time no matter what, because boots are just so much faster than taking all of these bridges everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, we want TA to get dead-ended here sooner rather than later, so he goes back to Maze Island. Winner for Oboe off the desert tile. So raft tile from TA there on the southern coast, which I think is probably a DM connector. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I think we've seen the other side at least.
Going to see what's in the basement here.
Yeah, 150 at least.
Yeah, I didn't realize the raft was in Medicine Cave there. I completely forgot about that. And
Yep, it was.
So here's TA. He's going to back out of there and get downstab and probably follow that raft now.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go find out. The other side is probably in DM. I don't think it's in this east, because
well,
with what we've seen of the map. And
best
I don't
case,
think I saw a wrap on this island either.
Yeah, I was gonna say best case scenario will be maze. I don't think it's over there either, but I don't think Oboe fully cleared the maze. Like I don't think we saw the palace on the maze.
He never made it all the way there, but due to the placement of the river, basically. But he did see it. Maison did have a cave to DM, correct? And it looks like OKTA decides he doesn't quite want to go back to that raft tile, which is just yet, which is hopefully a good thing for him. Hammer for Oboe on the water tile.
Well, there's our other palace buried in the southwest corner. No flute required today.
Yeah, it's just hidden way in the corner. It's almost as far south and west as you can get on the map.
And it is.
I believe that was P5?
Yeah.
Kind of a ugly brown color here today. With a really, really fast Guma.
Yeah, this is the best thing for Oboe right now because attack 3, life 4, even though he's got the shield spell, still taking over 2 hearts of damage. And if he has problems with this guy, then he'll just his almost infinite retries right by the start of the palace, right by the start of the palace here.
I don't remember who has the hint for P5 has the any key. I also don't know how much it's worth going back in for the item even if Oboe does know where it is, because Jakuba with 2 rooms in, this any key could be anywhere in the rest of P5, which could be huge to deal with. Because Oboe is effectively in go mode at this point, actually. He knows he doesn't need the flute, and he has all his spells and items to beat the seed otherwise.
Yep. Well, we'll see if TA continues to push towards Maze Island here.
Going in that direction, at least. Okay, good. Yeah, I think... I'm trying to remember where the boots were. I want to say they were kind of just north and east of the palace in here. This is the other item here, which is a magic jar.
Alright, first gem down. Less than 26 minutes in. Second palace started. P3, P6. No idea which it is just yet.
Yep, no sign of windows just yet, but got a couple options for where to go. And all I got to say, and it's just that. That's C6.
Attack 3 not even strong enough to kill a bot in a palace. At least in one hit, that is.
Yep.
And there are the
item room here, which is the cross, so really dubious use, but I guess you're here. There's boots finally for TA. Now, admittedly, all things considered, he isn't ludicrously behind once he finds this glove, which I believe was in the northeast corner. TA does have the spells and his items, just is at a bit of an exploration disadvantage.
Quite possibly, if he goes in for fire and he's not, I was going to say quite possibly if it's fire thunder, that would be huge, or even a fire life that would just keep him, topped up very easily in the late game.
Yeah, unfortunately right now I think he's going in the wrong direction for his glove. Well, this magic jar is a nice pickup. I want to say the glove was, I believe if memory serves, the glove was in the northeast corner next to P1.
Word on the street is that fire is actually jump.
Okay, in which case, not especially useful. He is gonna go pick up life here. Sorry, not a bad idea. Oboe on the other side, I believe found a loop in P6, so updating is going a different way now.
Yeah, TA might gamble on some lefts here. If he does that in 5, that's the wrong play. If he does it in 6, it is the right play.
As here's Burba, yeah.
Still this attack 3 as well. This might take a moment.
Yeah. But Burba at least is a little easier than Kuma if you get a good rhythm going.
Don't hug the dragon.
Don't recommend.
Alright, I think a TA needs to find 2 more caves here. Trophy and magic container. One of those is his glove.
I remember the glove. I believe the glove's in the northeast corner. I don't remember where the other one is.
Yeah, it should be right next to P1, I think.
The glove, yeah.
Nice big payout from the dragon there. 1,000 points gets us the magic level and attack 4 finally.
Okay, TA is on the eastern side of the map and is going north, which I believe is where he needs to be going.
2 gems down for Oboe, sub 30 here.
And it's P4 here. Probably seen this earlier. You might as well clear it while you're here.
Hopefully there are no glove blocks, yeah.
And yeah, TA is going to take a risk and go left, which, knowing that he was very late to those boots, makes sense. Oboe on the other side is going somewhere? Oh, right, back to Maze Island. I was trying to remember which way he was going.
Yeah, hopefully, for TA's sake, if he's going to start digging out items in palaces trying to find a glove, that could be bad, seeing as we know the glove is just kind of sitting in the overworld. That'll cost him time. Whereas Oboe's probably not looking for anything at this point other than gem pedestals.
Yeah, if Oboe finds an item room on the way, he might check it for like a magic jar or something, but that's about it. Well, Karok is very easy to find for TA.
Yeah, just the first left and then up and right. So given that 3 is on the maze here, that puts GP in Death Valley. Unless we saw it on the west, and I'm just not remembering that.
I can't remember.
Oh, it is on the west.
GP.
Yeah, according to Oboe's tracker, it is on the west. So Death Valley's 2.
Yep. And it's gem number 1 for TA here. 31 minutes in.
Oboe sees the item room, says no, goes back up, says hold up, I'm going down. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, it's a fairly quick ferry through, and TA is thankfully not going to dig for his glove in P4 just yet. That's where GP is, apparently. And I believe this clave right here is his glove, and next to that is P1. So this will be go mode for TA. despite everything, I was kind of TA kind of appeared to be a bit behind due to the late glove, but he's also not terribly behind, all things considered. We know P5 is dead free and P6 wasn't awful.
Yeah, I just wonder if TA saw 5 there southwest of New Kasuto, because I don't know if he went down in that direction. And so if he doesn't see that palace that's way down there, I don't know if he's going to walk that far again, and he might think he needs the flute at that point.
That is a good point, because that is really far in the corner. And I'm not sure either if he went far enough to see it all the way in that corner, because that's a little finicky to spot sometimes.
Going left. Left in P1 has stacked 4 ways here. Although we're not checking all the way at the top of them, so although this is one of the left, so maybe he'll check at the top at this point.
He might.
Yeah, these palaces are pretty quick here. Wow, a lot of junctions in one here.
There's got to be some loops in here. P1 isn't that big a palace.
Found the item. See what it is after this fight. Best case scenario is going to be a container. I don't think we have a hint for whatever Horsehead has, but it's not a flute, and it's not a hammer, and it's not a cross, so it's either, and it's not a magic key, so it's either junk or it's a container.
Do we know where the flute is?
It's in 3. Oboe saw it. He didn't pick it up, though.
Yeah, right. Whoops. And it's a heart container, which is probably one of the better things TA could have found here. And how much is Fairy? Last I saw on Magic 4, it's 42. Looks like it's a little cheaper, but not by much for Oboe. Actually, might be about the same on second thought.
Now, I think TA took a left immediately in 1. I think we had a right option right at the bottom of the first elevator. And I don't think he got a chance to check that. And it could just be that Horsehead is just sitting right there, given everything else we've seen in these palaces.
Yeah, we'll see. Here's P2 for Oboe. Huh, no boss yet for TA. I feel like this P1 rolled up to the max number of rooms.
Yeah, it's quite possible. He thunders down a Mago there for 500 points. And he has looped around here. This is another loop in this stack of multi-level elevators here.
Which makes sense. P1's too small to have too many of these elevators without some loops. That's why I'm kind of surprised we saw this many elevators, given how small the palaces P1 is on average. And yeah, that is a free Horsehead.
Yeah, so far not an immediate helmet head either, although, alright, so some options here. I was going to say, so far, there really hasn't been any space for TA to make up any time. Not really. 6, even though we had a dead end going right at start, didn't cost Oboe too much time. 5 was completely free if you just went right at start, and 1 is free. 3 was pretty free. 4 was immediately free. This 2, if it gives Oboe some problems, that would be the one spot that TA could make up some time here, but, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. He is going to go immediately for 6 here. Now, something, yes, I was looking at TA's personal tracker, and he does not have P5 marked on his, as being on the, east, so yeah, I'm not sure he saw it. He does have
Oh,
palaces 1, 4, and GP correctly flagged as being there. Yep.
he's routing the 6 properly. He took the first left in 6. He's going to see Barba a little bit faster than Oboe did. Again, not a huge time save, but at this point, TA is going to need all he can get. As long as he can close the gap a little bit, going into GP, if GP is a troll, then that gives him a bit more of an advantage, assuming he just doesn't follow in Oboe's footsteps in GP. But if GP's free, then first win in there is going to win this race tonight.
Yeah, and it's to note that TA probably feeling behind because of those fairly late boots.
Yeah.
You don't feel good finding boots that were pretty free 26 minutes in when you've got an Islands West. Because TA did much of that Islands West on foot, the long way around. We'll see, because TA has taken immediate lefts in both Palaces 1 and 6. In fact, cost him some time in P1 because Horsehead was straight to the right. So I was worried he might do the same thing in 5, which would cost him a lot of time.
Yeah.
P1 at least is relatively small. He still spent a few minutes in there due to taking those lefts, but it's at least a small palace to get lost in. P5 is in the hands of Monster. Here's Horsehead finally for Oboe. I think he saw just about every room in this P2 or close to it. TA is not on a flute hunt, at least for right now.
Yeah, he's going to head into 2 as well.
Guess he's right here. It's right next to the bridge. He can just up A after this. He doesn't have to walk out of the valley. He can get an extra level as well for tackling, well, finding P5 because he doesn't know where it is. Up A for Oboe. He's done with the east. He's gonna go back to west now and go find P1 and just head over to the east side of the map because all 3 houses are over there.
Yep, 1-4 and GP.
Let's start with P1.
And this P1's going to be about 90 seconds long for Oboe if he just goes right.
On the other side, TA is into P2, which I'm pretty sure is the longest palace of the day so far.
Given that Horsehead was right at start to the right, I'm surprised he didn't do a right check first and then go left. I don't actually know. I don't know what the route is in 2, though. I'll remember some familiar rooms, but I don't know what options that Oboe took here. I was not watching that closely.
I honestly got so lost I have no idea where Helmet Head is.
This was one of the rooms, so I guess it was to the left at start.
On the other side, yeah, Oboe took the right in the first right in P1, found Horsehead immediately, and is getting right back out of here.
Yeah, so 41 minutes here, 5 gems down, and honestly, he's going to be, like, if he goes right to 4, and I assume that's right where he's headed, I mean, Kirok, I mean, we're going to be in GP by 45 minutes, 46 minutes here.
Yeah, which is pretty speedy. Real chance of a sub-hour seed here. And watch me completely jinx us as I say that.
Well, TA is going the right way in 2. All of these rooms are what I just saw Oboe go through. So this is working out. I don't know if he's got a key. If he doesn't have a key, he needs a key for this door coming up.
Doesn't have a key, so he's gonna have to take a death, though he has a couple lives, I think, so he's okay on that. there's Karak. Again, pretty free palaces for every palace except for P2, although TA is saving some time in 2. Because I think Oboe went every way except for the correct way in 2, or pretty close to, at least.
Yeah, I don't know what was to the right in 2, so I don't know how much excess of the palace he saw. There was one other option down a glove block that I think Oboe avoided. I don't think Helmet Head is that much further here, and Karak is down, and we are GP ready at sub 43.
Yep. And GP is just north of here. All 3 palaces on the west, right in a row. On the eastern coast.
Yeah, TA still has to do 3 and find and do 5, so Oboe has quite the lead here going into GP.
Yeah, 43:10 it looks like on the entry time for Oboe. Elevators, elevators, and more elevators to start.
Wow.
And more elevators!
Incredible.
Okay, now here's the bottom. Yeah, none of those were elevator junctions, but that was a lot of elevators to start this GP off with.
Oof.
Ooh, that's a painful death, as TA finally finds Helmet Head. I think he got to Helmet Head about as fast as he possibly could. He took the correct left and then just kept holding right. It just took a while to get here.
See where TA heads next. Probably going to be up in A. I think Oboe has looped here. This is probably our 4-way. That was right at start.
Find out, potentially.
He didn't check up or down, so we don't know if that's a new 4-way or the same 4-way.
Nope. Okay, TA is looking for P5. He knows where... He knows that he needs to find this palace because he knows his other one is on Maze Island.
I mean, it's quite possible that he did see it. I don't, maybe he just didn't mark it down. That's, I don't know. I don't remember what happened at Nukusudo. I don't know if there was an immediate up and A out of there. I don't know if he tried to step out of Nukusudo and take a death. I don't know. Yeah, that was so long ago, and Oboe was clearing off so much stuff at that point that I think Oboe had a lot of focus on him from our perspective.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember either. I was having some issues with the streams buffering at the start of the stream as well, which did not help with me missing some early stuff. Oboe, okay, Oboe's gotten up left here. TA is on the right end of the map, at least.
Oboe hit a dead end and is walking it back to this 4-way. Probably going to try to identify whether this is start or not.
Makes sense.
But it is several rooms back, so this is a little bit of time here. And he's down a life already. I don't know how much thunder is to cast at Magic 5.
Haven't caught it, no.
Now, I think if Oboe knew that this was start, is it? It is. He would just have up-a-dayed 3 rooms ago.
Yep.
T, gonna check the basement here. He'll get in, but it's just a P bag, I think.
Yeah, it's a 150 point P bag. Oboe's gonna take the left at this, go left at this junction here.
Yeah, this is the correct way. Again, if TA's gambling lefts, he might just pick this right off the bat. But this is still quite off into the distance here. Oboe might have finished this palace by the time TA has an opportunity to get in here.
Yeah, TA unfortunately up 8 out of Nukusudo. P5 is... Because Nukusudo is about in the middle of the western side of the map. You have to go south from there to get to P5. And TA did unfortunately up 8 instead of checking that southwest corner. We'll see where he's going.
Interesting. Because he's headed right back in that
Again,
same
it's
direction.
really tucked in the southwest corner. It's like it's almost as far south and west as it's possible to go on the map. He is gonna go. Okay, he's gonna go for the Maze Island Palace first, which I mean you have to do it so at some point. It doesn't really.
Yeah, if
Hopefully he doesn't stick around for the item here. I think Reba was fairly free.
I think the item's on the way to Rebanak, and if he sees that flute, he might try to check that three-eyed rock.
Which wouldn't be the worst thing. Three-eyed rock is right next to the bridge tile, which is right next to start. But
Yeah, that...
It would be a bit of an additional time he doesn't have. Here's T-Bird for Oboe, speaking of.
Pretty sure our item room is right here at this T-junction for TA. Oboe catching some fire there.
It does get through on Oboe's side, very nice.
Surviving the hit there. Still alive. Oh, TA did find a dead end there. I guess Reba was in a different direction.
Okay. I remembered wrong on that.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Another one of those just go left at start and it's the first elevator right beyond there.
Yep. I mean, most of our palaces were fairly friendly, ranging from 2 rooms to like 5 in this case, more or less, for P3. And there's P2, which I think even at minimum is like a good 10 rooms or so. Hey Melchior, TA pretty much last location beats on Maze Island is the big issue. Also hasn't seen P5. It's tucked way in the southwest corner of the east. That's about as far southwest as you can get. Big Life 7 here, and that's an Update, which is fine.
I'll be getting some nice blocks in the previous room. So far, though, there's just been that one junction after Thunderbird, the left and the right. He took the right, and it's been linear beyond that point so far. TA. No palace.
Yep. Yeah, the seat hasn't been super generous with experience, Melchior. I don't remember how this mountainous map connects. Okay, we cannot connect across the south side, so there's the answer to that comment.
There was another 4-way in this GP, right here. Okay. Oboe going right and seeing that the left side of that looks the same as the 4-way, but the left side of the 4-way is exactly the same as a 3-way. Oh.
Well, there's a top of an L7 here.
Yeah, so either that wasn't a loop or it's that left. Oh, I'm sorry. We had another up and right up here. My bad.
Okay, TA is rechecking corners. He's making sure he checks every little random bit of the map. Jumping in the water does not help, which should eventually get him to P5. Unfortunately, it's just clear at the opposite end of the map from the bridge. And him obeying isn't helping either.
Oh, man. Yeah.
This is not TA's day with Map Rando, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if it was... I mean, it was quite possible that boots were in Spell Tower or something like that, you know, but I mean, today they weren't, but Tia was first to Spell Tower way far away on the east.
Now, he got the east cleared much earlier than Oboe. Unfortunately, it's just that you needed those boots was the big thing, because the west was where most of the stuff was, and you needed boots to efficiently clear the west. TA, this is not where you need to go. I don't actually know how much he saw of that southwest corner on his first trip over that way. He evidently didn't see the palace, but I'm not sure how far down he went, so I don't know if he realizes there's something left to check in that corner.
Yeah. Yeah, so far left's playing a role here in this GP. It won't be too much long. We've seen a loop already there. We looped around to the left side of the first junction after Thunderbird, and it would have been a much shorter trip for anyone going left there. But I think we're coming up to Darkling pretty shortly here, because we've seen a lot of rooms in this GP.
I was going to say, I don't think there's much left of this GP left to clear. South of... what is that? South... Yeah, this bit of the map here for TA, kind of south end, just west of the crater, is not going to connect him where he needs to go. I'm not even sure what's going to be down here, but it's not very useful.
Yeah, he was down here earlier. He showed us this River Devil.
He was being very thorough, I'll give him that here for the east, making sure he checks every nook and cranny. Unfortunately, just because the way this east is laid out, that southwest corner is the last thing you check. Because it is as far as you can possibly get from your access to the east.
Yeah, what's just unfortunate for him is that he was already down in that area twice now.
And he's now updated the third time out of that area.
He must be convinced that he's seen that corner, but, I mean, we know he has not.
Yeah, because he is hard last locationing that P5 at this point. I think he's making currently 100% sure he's seen the middle of the map, which can be a little fiddly with mountainous biomes, but...
A drop for Oboe here. Hesitant to take the drop. We've seen 2 landing rooms that are just dead ends. What are we going to do? At this point, we're pretty deep in.
Well, he's gonna take the drop.
Oh, we've seen 3 landing rooms. This one right at start. So, the drop, not the answer today.
Nope.
Man, if TA had found that 5 on his first dig back down to New Kasuto and had just made some gambles in this GP, he could be right here side by side with Oboe currently, but unfortunately cannot find that P5. He's giving Oboe all the time in the world.
And I can't entirely fault TA for this P5 this losing track of P5 because it's so far in the corner, it just feels bad.
Yeah, it really is buried down there.
Like, I've seen it, like, it's really, like, it's like 3 tiles north and, like, 2 tiles east of the edge of the map or something. It's that stupid. He is heading back that way. Please actually go there this time, TA.
Just steps from seeing it here.
Yeah, just needs to go left here a bit, and he'll finally see this P5. And there we are. Yeah, right next to the edge of the map.
Now, hoping he doesn't gamble left in here.
And if he takes the first right, it's Guma immediately, as they are still digging through GP for Oboe.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh dear, for TA. I think it was right at the bottom
Yep.
of the first elevator.
Yep.
And I get it, he really feels behind. He knows he lost a ton of time looking for this P5. But unfortunately, P2 was really the only seriously truly balanced today, besides GP.
Well, it's a dead end here.
That's good. It's only one game tonight. Game 2 will be later this week. This is a best of 5. TA taking this left, which I think is probably to the most Palace, unfortunately.
Alright, Oboe back to the junction. Post Thunderbird, quite a walk to get here, but he knows that this loops around to make this a faster trip. Down the elevator, and then where? I think there's another left right here that he can take. Yep. Elevator down in this room. Could be Darklink.
And it is.
Well, Oboe has been full clearing GPs lately in his last, in the semifinals. And so once again, he has full cleared another GP here, it looks like. So probably not too happy about this. It did give TA the chance to catch up, but unfortunately, this is going to be it here for game 1.
Yeah, TA just found the enemy key there, but yeah.
Or we could have a death. Not over just yet.
And TA is going to take the elevator to go ahead, and that's his very last option. It's the bottom of that elevator shaft.
Oh, we had more options here in this P5, this 4-way here.
Yep.
Yeah, GG to Oboe there, taking the win for game 1.
Just about cutting the sub-hour, 59:45, and TA has turned in the forfeit, understandably. GG's to him as well.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get them in for an interview here. I mean, all things, again, if the boots could have been anywhere. They were in a pretty free spot, but they could have been like, they could have required to get Fairy out of New Kasuto and go through Fairy Cave and all that shenanigans, and then the rafters in Medicine Cave, and you could access what we think was Death Mountain at that point, and that could have been where the boots were at. I mean, all that was accessible, right? So quite a possibility, just not where they were today, and Oboe finding them very early on, and it looked like he had you said this earlier, it looked like he had quite a lead, but TA did have the opportunity to catch up, just P5 giving him the runaround.
Yeah, I'm understandably trying to take some lefts, hoping to get an edge, and unfortunately, almost every palace was just go right. And P5 was one of the ones where you just had to take the right. And we are now joined by both runners, GG.
Thank you.
Hey, GG.
The boots are the story for today. The boots on the maze.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't feel good about that. There was 2 things you could have done in that seed. You could have went to the maze and found the boots. Instead, I
went further
did.
left and got Fairy and started to dive into dungeons.
Yeah.
Yep.
I ended up getting Fairy before finding the boots, and I started doing some of the west, and I realized, okay, I'm hard boot blocked on this west unless maybe there's, I don't know, a raft or something. Actually, I saw the raft. Never mind. I knew I was hard boot blocked in the west, so yeah, that went very wrong for me, unfortunately.
Gotta see. I
Yeah,
hate to see it.
that was
Yeah,
just kind of one of those. It's kind of those. Like
yeah, I was a
we
little
were
more
talking about
disappointed
this on
about
race stream.
P5. Oh, sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, that's kind of just how we kind of like talking about this on Restream TA. How like their boots could have been anywhere, and it just opened it. Oboe took it, found it immediately, and you took almost half an hour. But well, yeah. And go ahead on P5.
Yeah, so I thought P5 was going to be under Three-Eyed Rock, and I was disappointed to see it wasn't there. And I mean, obviously, this didn't seem like it mattered, but yeah, it took me a little bit to find P5, and unfortunately, it was right by New Kasuto, which is where I up-A'd from after finding the fairy spell and the water tile. I assumed that everything was done with the east at that time because I had found all of the item locations, I had found all the towns, and I thought I had found all the palaces. But there was that one little pocket of the overworld south of New Kasuto that had P5. That sucked a lot. And I remember I was at the Three-Eyed Rock around 50 minutes, and I think I entered P5. I ended up entering it at 57 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, other than that, it was a fun seed though. We had a pretty easy glove, but obviously the opening was interesting. It's not often you get to where you're forced into going to the east to get your progression to unlock the checks on the west. So
Yeah.
those are always interesting. Sometimes I like the optionality when you have the east and the west open, and it's like, okay, maybe you can do something different and bang out some checks on the east. But in this case, you were hard forced to the east, so it was different. It was interesting, and I enjoyed it. So whatever.
It's especially rough early with the East because all those encounters had MOAs in them, and they hurt a lot. I think
Oh
I
yeah.
nearly came over it a couple times. Maybe got
Mm-hmm.
paid once or twice. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, TA was sticking to the caves there as best as he could to kind of avoid some of the overworld uh, encounters there, and that was working out for a little while. But eventually, they do catch up to you, and those MOAs were everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Like after you get the cross, you go into a graveyard encounter, and there's like 3 or 4 of them. Like imagine that early. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was the East was tough for me because I'm on 112, and every encounter has a MOA. Um, and yeah, actually, come to think of it, I had to farm Magic 4 to get my to get a castable fairy, in which at the end of the day, I still needed to go back to the East and the maze to get the boots, but um, I'm freaking grinding my magic levels outside of the starting palace. Luckily, there was a good red Dyra and Moblin encounter, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, this GP. TA, we saw some lefts from you. It did pay off in 6. 6 was that first left, and the first up was then right to Barbo. So it was a quick 6 for you. Wasn't too bad for Oboe, though. I think that down and right didn't lead to too many rooms in 6, so it didn't cost you too much time, Oboe. But P5, complete opposite, is that if you went all the way down to the first on the first elevator, all the way down and right, Guma was like 2 rooms to the right from there, and it was
Yeah.
completely free. And
Yeah.
honestly, when you TA, when you went back to New Kasuto the second time and did the check in the basement and did the water tile check, and then you up and ate again from there, had you hit P5 at that point, had you gone south and hit P5 at that point, and then just found Guma, this would have been incredibly competitive had you begun gambling lefts in GP, because Oboe full cleared that palace, and it was
Oh, sweet.
it was, there were some lefts in there that you had to take, and yeah, if
No,
you
I
were,
definitely would have done the left. So yeah, maybe it would have been competitive.
yeah, I mean, I know it feels like you're, I mean, again, just given the layout, it's those GPs, man, those GPs can be pretty wild. Yeah, he was in the GP pretty early on, and some dangerous stuff in there, but definitely some lefts that were shorter routes and required. And I think it was a left to get to Thunderbird. A left after Thunderbird was a huge shortcut to get to the elevator that went just down and left to eventually led to Darklink. So it was a pretty quick path, kind of, if you just took lefts. But yeah, I don't know. That P5 location.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
tough.
it is kind of rough when it ends up way in the corner of something where you just don't quite walk far over enough to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it was my mistake. I, assumed the three-eyed rock contained a palace, and that wasn't the case. So by the time I up 8, I thought I was done with the east, and I had forgotten about that little corridor that I left behind in the southwest. So
Yeah, nothing else led down there. It was like you had to walk all the way around to get down to the little pocket, and that was it. There were no, all the pass-through caves were completely wasted there, just north of where you guys landed. Like there were 3 pass-through caves that were all just stacked on top of each other, east-west there, and then the 4th pass-through cave I think was used in Death Valley, and that was it. So there were no other pass-through caves to get anywhere else in this east, and you just had to hoof it everywhere. And yeah, walking back there. Uh, that was just pretty much the story of the seed here. Other than the boots, you still were in it with even fighting the boots as late as you did. But that P5, yep, that P5 was pretty much the nail in the coffin there.
yeah, I mean, if I had God routed P5 and knew where it was, I would have entered GP maybe around 54 minutes, 55 minutes or so. But given that Oboe full cleared it, I'm going to say that I still would have been 10 minutes behind. But yeah, you never know. You start taking some lefts, and I was equipped with shield, so I was ready to fight Thunderbird today. And I don't know. Yeah, it could have went different, but probably not.
You definitely could have had it. Like, you take a couple lefts and you subtract like 10, 12 rooms off of GP easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I God route GP, if I God route P5, yeah, totally. I mean, we can play the what if game all day. We can play the what if game all day, but uh, yeah, I mean, clearly I got my ass kicked tonight, so yeah, we'll just have to come back stronger for game 2. Hopefully, uh, we have. I felt like the start was really difficult for my level of skill, so hopefully we have something that's a little easier, and I can build up my levels without too much difficulty.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, GG's to both of you here tonight. Again, just game 1 in this best of 5 series. So throughout this week, I'm sure we'll get more races.
Yeah, might be going tomorrow night. I'm going to confirm that real quick, but possibly tomorrow, and I think we said 8 o'clock. So yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
guys, take care. Thank you
GG's
so
and good luck.
much.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Any last thoughts from you then, Mariah, before I take us out of here?
Nope. Just looking forward to more races here throughout the week.
Yeah, gonna have at least 2 more races here in this best of 5 series, so plenty of racing still to do. Please do give both of our runners a follow here, Oboe and ta909, as well as my co-com Ryan. Thank you to Morn Traveler for doing the tracking tonight. Let's see, on the ZSR schedule here, we'll be rating over to ZSR2. They are currently restreaming a Link to Past Randomizer Cross Keys Tournament 2024. It's just round 7 between PH versus Lin. Tomorrow we've got more throughout the week we've got more cross keys. We've got the more of this grand finals, of course. We've the Wind Waker Randomizer season 7 tournament is starting brackets here shortly, and they've also got qualifiers for the Twilight Princess Randomizer season 1 and that's starting this week, and the tail end of the Majora's Mask Randomizer season 5 qualifiers as well. So plenty of Zelda going on if you want to check that out. But for now, that's it here for us tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you another time.